Greetings and welcome to your experimental demonstration. Today we will be performing the experiment to measure the flow of water in different crested weirs. We will be considering two types of weirs, the V-notch weir and a rectangular weir. The objective of this experiment will be to measure the discharge coefficient CD for the V-notch and rectangular weir and to measure the constant N for both the types of weirs. Now let's move on to look at the different components that make up this experiment. Starting with the switch that turns on the pump to let the water inflow into the apparatus. This is the valve that controls the speed of the water coming in. This is the control which is attached to the pipe, which is sending in the water which is being dispersed into this cage. This cage is filled with different pebbles and rocks. This is done to create or imitate real life scenarios. The water from this area is then moved towards this catchment or this channel where flow is created. At the end of this channel you will find the crested weir. Over here we have attached rectangular weir. This is the scale that measures the height of the flow of water. The water from the channel is then dispersed into the drain tank. The drain tank then drains the water. The drain is connected to this valve over here that controls it, and the drain tank's level of water in it can be measured by this indicator.
Action.
Okay, now let's start with the experiment. So the first step will be to turn on the pump. This will let the water inflow into the experiment. We have adjusted the valve to control the speed of the water coming in. Now our aim is to let the water flowing into the apparatus settle and create a flow. So let's wait for the experiment to create a regular flow. As you can observe, the water is flowing from the channel into the drain tank and with the passing through the crested weir. Okay, now let's move on to take some readings. So first of all, we'll measure the head of water that is flowing. So for that we will check this pointed end to reach to the surface of the water. I mean just touching the surface of the water. When that is true, we can check what is the height at that point. So we'll unscrew and loosen the scale and pull it upwards, and as you can see, the pointed end is right at the top of the flow. So when that's done, we can check what is the reading in the scale, and as I can observe, it's 1.5 centimeters. So now that we have measured the head of the flow of water, let's move on to calculate the discharge of this flow. So for that, we'll move towards the drain tank indicator and observe how much time does it take to fill 10 liters of water in the tank. So the first step to measure that will be closing the drain valve and turning on the stopwatch and calculating and observing the time taken for it to fill 10 liters of water in the indicator. So the time taken to fill 10 liters of water in the drain tank was 53 seconds. We'll turn on the drain valve again open so that the water drains. So now let's move on to take another reading. For that we need to adjust the valve to vary the speed of the water coming into the apparatus. We will adjust it slightly and measure and let the water settle down and the flow be created. So now the water seems to have settled down. We can move on ahead to measure the head of the flow. For that, we'll adjust the height of the point such that it's just touching the top of the flow. And that seems right. So if we observe the height is 1.2 centimeters. So now that's done, we can move on ahead to measure the discharge of this flow. For that we have to observe the indicator of the drain tank and observe the time taken for it to fill 10 liters. So we close the drain valve and start the stopwatch. And that's 10 liters. The time taken was 1 minute and 1 second. So now we have done with the rectangular weir and we have taken its reading, so we can move on ahead to do our experimental work on V-notch weir. Now we have replaced the rectangular weir with a V-notch one. As you can observe here, the flow coming from the channel is passing through a V-notch weir. So let's now move on to measure the head of this flow. As you know, we'll adjust the height of the pointed end to be just at the top of the flow. Now that that's adjusted, we can look at what is the height of this flow head of the flow in the scale, and it is 3.6 centimeters. Now that that's done, we can move on ahead to calculate the discharge coming from this flow. For that, we will again observe 10 liters of water in the indicator and measure the time. So let's first close the valve of the drain and start the stopwatch. The time taken was 45 seconds. So now we have done with the first reading. Let's change the speed of the flow in the experiment, and by adjusting this valve, and move on ahead to observe the flow in the channel. Let the flow settle down. Now that the flow looks stable, we can move on ahead to measure the head of the flow. So once again, we'll adjust the height of the pointed end to the top of the flow. That the word looks here, and we observe that on the scale it says 3 centimeters. That's the head of the flow. Now let's move on ahead again to find the discharge of this flow. For that, we will again observe the indicator till it fills up to 10 liters and measure the time it takes. The step is to close the drain valve and start the stopwatch. Time taken to fill 10 liters of water was 54 seconds. So this is how you measure the flow in any channel with different types of crested weirs. So we took V-notch weir and rectangular weir. Thank you.